Blimba Chicken Chow Mein, Khata AKMK and a whole bunch of other AKAs. The Sobering Podcast, Season 6, Episode 6.
Definitely. Is it 6?
5. 5 or 6.
Man, it'll be corrected in the title.
It's an episode though.
It's definitely an episode and it's a special one. You know, it's Big Fred, aka Sparkling Water in a Dumpy, aka Mgosha, because the girls want to jump me. Let's go.
Kitso Bafetu. And we got a special guest.
A super special one. Super stylish. Super amazing. Super prolific.
Super.
I don't know what else. Like a walking body of art. We got Money Badoo in the building right now, man.
Hey, warning.
You.
How y'all doing?
No, we good. We good, man. I mean, as you know, this is brought to you and powered by the special folks at TuneCore. Shout out to TuneCore.
TCTS30
distributor out there. You know the vibes. What's the code?
TCTS30.
Yes, sir. That's the vibe. Badoo. How you doing?
I'm good.
Yo, man.
Recovering, but I'm good.
Recovering from?
Hangover, y'all. I'm not gonna lie.
A good time. Recovering from a good time.
Alcohol steals the joy of the next day. Not letting it.
But it amplifies the joy for the night.
Ish. Like spare me some at least. Instagram.
Yeah, man. No, but like as we speaking now, it's been like a week since your album been out, right?
Oh yes, you're right.
And how's that feeling, man?
It feels good. It feels great. Finally, to have it even out there, and like being played, and the response has been really amazing. I think I don't have any real expectations in my mind because I really put this body of work together for myself mainly.
Nice.
And so I was like, even if one person likes it, that's fine. Which is I already knew was my mom, so I was like, I'm good to go. So hearing like just people like respond to the way I wrote things and how I was feeling or how I feel at the time, right now even, it's really amazing. I think like having your art being resonated with.
Are you saying your mom liked it?
My mom loves Pornstar.
Even with the title.
Yeah, she knows the title song even. She's like, Pornstar. Fuck me like I'm like, girl.
That's fire. That's fire.
Liberated, you know what I mean?
Yep. It sounds like it.
Let's talk about the journey it took, like in order for you to get to Pornstar, and just like for those that don't know your musical journey and getting into the musical industry and how that's been.
Damn, I feel like I just got in. Like I feel like my one toe's in the water yet. I still wanna like scuba dive in. But I started making music when I was 10 years old only.
How old are you now?
I'm 25. I'll be 26.
Oh, okay.
So it's been about solid 5-6 years.
5 years, almost a medical degree, you know.
You know what I mean? I mean, I have a degree in music, I guess. Just from the streets.
Masters. 5 years is masters, ne?
Yeah.
From the School of Hard Knocks.
Yeah.
School of Life, even, Jesus. When I started making music, I don't know, I was in an accident and then I had to really know how to walk and I was like, damn. In that time I was supposed to like, you know, going to go study and stuff. I was 18. Everybody's lives are starting and I'm just sitting back.
Wheelchair?
I mean, most of the time because I had to like, because I dislocated my entire, like, they had to like relocate my ankle. And I have a plate now in it and stuff. So it was one of those situations.
So no spinal cord or whatever.
Yeah, I thought it was spinal cord.
Yeah.
No. Thank you, Jesus. The gate followed me and it just missed. Like, it literally just hit my ankle. Thank you, Jesus, though. I tried to run. But anyway, so that experience kind of just like shifted my entire life. Because I was like, damn, you know, you don't actually get to appreciate the little things like getting up and
like walking.
Imagine. So I was like, from this moment forward, it was like, and I'm going to do every single thing that I want to do, you know?
Yeah.
I'm not like, watch life pass me by and be too scared. So I started making music when I was 10 years old. With a lot of trap brews, I'm not going to lie to y'all. Like we were the only, like me and myself and my friend Saucy were the only girls with like 25 trap brews. And like, it was crazy. I mean, I wrote music on my own, but like when I really started saying, yo, I want to do music and this is my thing. I told Saucy and Saucy was like, girl, I kind of want to do this thing too. Not even kind of, she was like, I want to do this too. And it was like a year into our friendship, and I was like, what? Damn, I didn't even know you. And nobody knew that about me either, you know what I mean? She was the first person I ever actually said it out loud to. So we started like trying it out, doing music together with these trap brews. And shout out to y'all the best ever, West Gang.
You with West Gang?
We used to be part of West Gang. I mean, yeah.
Shout out to West Gang.
Shout out to West Gang. It was crazy
West,
though.
Man.
Yeah, because like,
Shout out to
we
Ty
did.
for putting me on as well. Yeah.
For real. Yeah, shout out to West Gang, baby.
Yeah.
On your almost borders, baby.
West Gang. Mad niggas, a lot of niggas.
Dog, imagine being like a shorty.
Yeah,
Like in the studio,
a
like
bunch of those niggas.
and like if your verse ain't dope, like 16 of us, only 5 of us can jump on. So if your verse not dope, you're not jumping on the song.
Damn.
Just like that. That's how I started making music. On top of YouTube type beats, Drake type beat, and Saucy and I used to literally perform wherever we could, and like not even do the song at the back, literally type beats, like go into YouTube, wait for the ad to finish.
Skip ad.
Skip ad, imagine you're like, just wait. That's how I started making music with Cold Tuesday Party. We were a group for like maybe a year. Then we decided like individually this is something we wanted to do, and it wasn't a collective thing, and we wanted to like really grow as individuals because there's something really important to us, and that at the age that we're at, I was like, if you don't take it seriously right now, we're always gonna be like a crutch to each other.
Yeah.
Which is what we needed when we started it, because I was like, I never felt intimidated by anybody because I knew I had another bad bitch right next to me owning the stage with me. You know what I mean? So it was a solid, good foundation that we built together, and then we were ready to like spread our wings. And I dropped some SoundCloud songs where I was singing kind of. I focused on rap music. My first single was All My Friends that I dropped only in 2019, like 23 then. But even in doing that, I was working on a lot of music, All My Friends just felt like the single because of like the response I was getting from like peers in the studio, and you know how it is, and like you're always studioing and sharing music amongst each other, so we know about songs even before they come out because we're like, oh, that's dope. So the response that I got from that was like, okay, this feels like it's a single that I can actually drop. Yeah. And I dropped it, you know what I mean? Like, shout out to Not Benjamin, produced it. It's actually one of the first songs we ever made together, like ever.
Dope.
Crazy, right?
Yeah. Shout out Not Benjamin.
We literally like dropped it like right there on DistroKid. On a laptop, like completely independent. I didn't do anything. The ops. Wow, I didn't say that. I was repeating it. But
you could do the same on TuneCore.
now. I didn't know that you could do it back then. This kid was like, I was like to be honest, like if I didn't like educate myself enough to wanna take everything that I'm doing seriously, like as a business even, I don't think I would have found like these resources that could amplify what I was doing, because that was really important. I didn't want to just be a SoundCloud rapper, you know what I mean? And like DistroKid gave me that opportunity to put my music out there
as an independent,
as an independent, I dropped a music video like that same year, but what's funny is that I never dropped the actual song. Somebody like put the audio on SoundCloud somewhere randomly, but like an actual music video that's like playlisting on MTV and stuff. But no song that exists there at all.
Did they just rip it off YouTube, or
probably? No, they definitely did.
Submit.
I didn't submit. I just don't know why I didn't drop the song.
That's fine.
But it's just the music video.
That means it has some movement. It has some buzz. Yeah.
Definitely. Like from that, and then that's how I started working with other people. That's how I got me and Benji started working together and stuff. Because people are like, oh. Like it's a dope song and visual. Nobody can find the song though. But I think I left my mark with that one, and then All My Friends dropped that same year. And the next year, myself and Saucy were working on a couple of tracks before COVID hit. And by the time COVID came, we were like, cool, let's just drop this thing. So we dropped MK Ultra, a collaborative EP, a trap EP. I think it's the first one I've ever seen come out of SA, like 2 POC rap girls on a joint collaborative trap EP, you know what I mean? And I don't get to talk about enough about how that also changed both our lives, because it's such an incredible EP, which I still feel like is slept on, because people are like, oh, there's not a lot of, there was a tweet earlier in the week, someone was like, the only female MCs we still have is like Muslim and I don't even know who else. And I was like, no, there isn't. Like, I named a billion. I was like, Diku Wala, Indigo Still. I'm like, dog, come on. You can't even be saying that right now. But
just scratch the surface.
I know they just scratched the surface. But you can't be making comment like that. But it's fine. I was like, I'm glad. I would gladly educate you and put you on because, you know,
definitely.
It's all about that. Spreading the word, you know. It's not. I don't assume everybody just knows everything or even knows about anything about me. I'm like earning that, you know.
Yeah.
But they'll still give an opinion.
Yeah, exactly. Which is cool, but I just thought like, damn. Sosena actually dropped one of the hardest remixes and music videos to come with a remix. Like that. Like
was that the joint with
Blackie, yeah. That's from the Encounter tape.
Yeah.
Lobby was one of the songs. We did a remix. And I'm like, till today still switching. I'm like, damn, that's one of the one of the hardest videos and remixes to like drop. Like I can say it like loud and proud now because I look back at it and I see everything that's happened. I'm like, that's something I'm so proud of. And like we did that.
Yeah.
And then in all that time, since I had an idea about Pornstar, end of 2019, I tell the story a lot where somebody was like, because I used to work for the club and they were like, yo, money, if music doesn't work out for you, you can always become a porn star. I was like, shout out to that bro.
Shout out to that bro.
For taking the dig. Making me millions, baby. And that's like the idea. And then I just grew into it and made music for the last 2 years. And yeah, that's how I put Pornstar together. So it's been quite a journey.
Yeah.
Did you say you were working for a club?
Yeah, I used to work for Sumo.
Yeah.
Or as?
A Sumo Angel. It doesn't exist anymore, but do you remember those days? I was never fire-led. It was just more like wearing cute outfits and sometimes dancing on the stage. And like,
remember those?
The ones that make you buy, make you buy a lot of,
Yeah, I mean, that's still...
I've never been
either, but I've seen the videos.
I was just in Sumo last week, so yeah.
Oh, wait.
They don't even exist anymore. That was like a before COVID thing.
Oh, yeah.
I understand you also taught English.
As a tutor online, like an English tutor online. Yeah, I was hustling, to be honest, because I didn't go study and I needed to make money to, you know, survive and invest in the things and ideas that I wanted to see come alive. Because I was also part of like a fashion collective called JKW, which we then turned into OCD. And so even before I was making music, I was doing fashion, like styling and actually making clothes and dropping collections even. And then I got into music and making sure that both are up and running is really, it's difficult to do without any cash. And I never wanted to have the mindset of nobody owes me anything. You know what I mean? I owed myself that. Nice. So I did everything I could to hustle and learn more things. Even working at the club, I used to eventually leaving, I left tutoring and I got a job at a school, and it was like a period in my life I was working during the day at a school and working at the club at a primary intermediate phase and going at and going ninth.
Tattooed up.
I was about to
I got this tattoo, the neck tattoo, when I was like 22.
Did the kids stare at you or?
No, I mean they were kids. I think I think a lot of people are open-minded. We also think about them. They're not like older people. They have younger kids, so they're our age mates. So they're not thinking. They're more interested in the fact in the way I am and how I speak and how I treat their kids. And I think also I guess just my personality stood more grounded in me having a neck tattoo.
That's a lot of life for 25, yo.
You think so?
Teacher, club, tutor to Chinese kids.
Dog, imagine. I've done so many things actually thinking about it now.
Besides music and fashion, did any of those worlds intertwine? Where you by day teacher, then by night sumo angel, or?
Yeah, I mean that was my life. Yes,
wow.
I go home and take sleep and go to the club and wake up the next day and be like, damn. And I wouldn't drink on the days. If I'd work on a Sunday, I know I have school on Monday, so I wouldn't drink, because I knew I don't want to smell
so
alcohol.
So you're living there at 5.
So, and that was to make money, and I was making money, you know what I mean, to really survive. And I was saving up to do things like sessions and just photo shoots and stuff. I had to be there at 7.
Oh, damn.
So imagine I'm leaving the club at 4, 5:30 sometimes. And I'm getting there. But I didn't do it for a long time. Eventually I just left teaching and I worked for the club. Because I was staying I left. I wasn't staying on my own anymore. I moved to my mommy, and I was like, cool, I can actually just do this right now and work on
the music.
Because I also felt like I was losing myself because I didn't want to. I felt like as a teacher, it's such an important job, and you never want to give 50%. Even as a tutor, like people, it's not just. It's like anything that you're doing, you want to put your best foot forward, and like I couldn't do that as a side hustle to my music, and I couldn't do music as a side hustle. That would be so unfair. So I literally sat my mom down and I said, yo guys, I have, like, they were, you're doing so amazing, you're at the school now and stuff, and I was like, girl, no, I'm actually not gonna do this, like, I'm sorry. And like they had a hard time accepting that, because they were like, do you know how many people want a job, and do you know what the unemployment rate is, you know? Obviously fears, like, I don't say projecting, but as any parent would feel, you know what I mean?
Within reason,
Afraid,
of course.
Within reason, exactly. So I understood, but I was like, just believe in me, like, enough, and let me prove that. And like in 2 months later, I had the music video up on MTV. A couple of months later, I had all my friends out, and yeah, I am sitting here today, you know? So... And now she's like, I don't see you ever doing anything. Sometimes I make a joke and I'm like, I'm just going to apply, put my CV out there. I don't even have a CV. I don't know what the hell is a CV, dog. I have a red card. My CV.
That's what's up. I love that. I got a red card. I ain't got no CV. I got a red card.
Do you know what I mean? I was like, you can never ever leave music. What? So
how'd you get the teaching job without the CV?
No, I mean, I had a CV. I obviously had a CV. I had so many jobs, y'all. I'm not even joking. I was never in a call center though. Almost, but yeah, I started working like from the time I was 18. I left a lot of them because I was also a temp. So then I used to like temp for like people like when they
you'd be
weren't
secretary
away.
and stuff like that. Personal assistant.
Everything.
You know why I asked this? Because I feel like I hold like the record for
most jobs. They probably beat me there.
In the time that I've known you, you've had like 6 different careers, not even jobs.
Damn.
So that's what I'm asking, like, you know.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Damn.
So, yeah.
Banks, FMCG, I'm sure. Flowers.
Did a lot of
What's your
things.
favorite one though?
I think the current one is the favorite one.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's cool. At least.
I was going to say retail because you love talking about retail.
Oh yeah, retail was good because I was
Got excited.
I was young, and then also it was a cool shop, it was a skate shop, and you know, it was cool for that time. It was cool. The money was shit,
Ish.
but yeah, also was young and I was
Nah, I feel
being
you.
supplemented.
You just wanted
somehow.
to be fly.
Yeah.
you know.
And this Keisha, that sounds so
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
There is some cool jobs out there. I used to do music videos also. That's how I met Sutra, who shoots most, like she shot Lil B, the remix. She shot Pistol Pop that I just dropped right now. I used to be a music video girl, like
A video vixen.
I don't know about the vixen part. Listen,
She was the video cool, man. She brought the
yeah,
cool
I
to
was
the
the cool.
video.
You know what I mean? I wasn't
you
the
like-
vixen. I
were
never
you
had to
like
shake my booty because
Girl 5.
I was just not there.
Like girl 5 on the side over there.
Yeah, just there dancing. But it's so cool because I met so many. Like I did the Anati and Amarian video, and I got to meet Amarian the first time I met Anati at the time. And I've been in so
Tell
many.
me what
videos.
you want from me.
Yeah, that. Oh my god, yeah. But you'll never believe that's me because you
I remember
will.
that nigga was here for a while.
Yeah.
It's on an artist's first album.
That's crazy.
I don't know. The only song that's come up is like the distance between. us.
The distance between our
No,
the face. Jesus.
Wild times.
Wild time. So yeah, but I also did that. Like I feel like I never wanted to. I don't want to be a star of those type of things. I did it because I wanted to be the fly on the wall and learn a lot, you know. Even in the club, I said, okay, I'm only going to be here for 2 years max. It's worked 2018, 2019. So the first year is to get to understand what it is, you know, carve things around me. And the second year was to infiltrate, and I did exactly that. There were times where like my boss used to be like, please don't perform tonight. Please don't. Because I used to like, once I dropped all my friends, I performed I think I'm the only person that's ever worked in a club and also performed every single night in the same club. You know what I mean?
Were you allowed to learn though in like your first year, or was the information available for you to learn, or were you just expected to be that girl in the club?
No, I don't really think so. I think that, I mean, I used to do, because I did music videos, that's how I kind of got the job. And so a lot of the girls that I was working with was girls I knew from doing music videos. So that was cool. So I was comfortable. Saucy was with me. I actually I wasn't alone, you know what I mean? So that was cool also. But I felt like in the first year I was lost. lost. I was 21,
It
turned
happens.
22. But it's cool. It's okay because then the second year I really understood what it meant to like infiltrate. I met Ricky in the club, you know what I mean? Just on some damn butlers, who are you? And then, you know what I mean? Got into Cotton Face in 2022. 2020. You know what I mean? With one single out.
Yeah.
You're nuts. Like that to me is
That's
like,
amazing.
do you know what I mean? So I really put myself out there. I wasn't just a club girl. I didn't care about anything else that was happening. You know what I mean? I wasn't there for bottles and stuff like that. I was really there to network and watch people, watch my peers.
Yeah.
So my colleagues, you know, got to see every single person perform. And I got to meet a lot of people like Masego, Richo Mikwan, Usher, like
I forgot all those guys came
yeah,
through.
do you know what I mean? That was like the prime time. So I feel so lucky at the fact that I really put myself out there and it wasn't about just being a superstar.
Yeah.
But I got to like chill back and watch and take notes and see what it was like. Because then I built this idea of what I wanted and the intention of what artist I wanted to be and who I wanted to be on the inside also.
Yeah.
Not just who I wanted to seem like.
Do you feel like a club was a sort of a good place of judgment for that? I mean, given the way you perform at clubs, the limited space, sometimes even the acoustics, the equipment, the sound, all in all. I mean, like, without bashing anything, clubs are not like the prime spot.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all. But I guess it's for me it was more about the reception of how people actually show up and like show love, you know? Because if it was Nasty C that night, it'd be a Nasty C crowd. They'd be there waiting for him to get on.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't even be about, oh, his mic is shitty or anything. It would be like he's performing that song that they love so much. Or these songs. And so I think that is the one thing that like stood out to me is like, and also I think also with the club thing, like, because of I'm in music, and so that's the biggest thing about the club. Right? The club even there is like there's music constantly playing, so I got to like see the transitions of music, literally see the transition of piano, y'all. I saw it like live in front of my eyes, working like 2018 to 2019. Like be like this genre of music, something people
like it's a wave
weren't
now.
aware of, and then become like a thing. That was so cool. You know what I mean? So I think. I mean, to be honest, I think that you make the choice to, in anything in life, to lose yourself or to focus.
True.
And so I focused.
True.
You know, I really did. At first I lost myself.
I expected, I mean, you were young.
I was super young and I didn't lose myself like there. You know what I mean? I forgot to like really put my foot forward and say, hey, you don't know me yet, but my name is Badoo. Hey, you don't know me yet, but
Or you got
you know
in
what
and
I mean?
then sat back.
Yeah, I kind of got in and said, yeah, I'm going to be on the girl and like sheep is follow what everyone's doing. And then eventually I got a voice and I started being like, nah. Actually, there's a lot of people I know right now, like just through the club that know me from then and seen me grow, you know. I mean, in the club, so many dope, amazing people, you know. But I also think I thank God every day just for like who I am, and because I feel like that's also helped me a lot, you know. And I think that's something that, you don't hear a lot, you know. You don't get to even acknowledge the fact that being a good, lovely person can get you places.
So, quick question: on the intro of your album, what is? I think he says groen.
Yes, kroon.
What is groen?
Money, chelete, imali zaga.
So it's literally like cream. It's
Like, and he says kroon ruined everything around me. That's what cream means. So money ruined everything around me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And what made you pick Larry to narrate that on the intro?
Yeah.
Umatlera Doughboy.
Doughboy, let's start there. Me and Maglera worked on some stuff like for his project, and we were just like really like talking a lot of back and forth about wanting to collaborate. And he's insane. Like I think he's one of the most insane artists to come out of SA. And I can't wait to see all the things that he's gonna do. And I had this idea about how the story I wanted to tell and how I wanted to tell it, because I knew that the title would already like come with perceptions of not only me but what the music's gonna sound like. And I'm from, you know, the Dirty South. I'm from a community called Annandale. It's not I could say it's a township. I guess it is.
It's small of the south and
Annandale is like north of us. We from the south. Yo.
You're from the south side.
We from the Val.
Oh yeah, you see what I mean? Yeah, like, exactly. So you know Annandale, right? That's what I'm saying. Like I'm from there, you know, born and bred. I went to school there and everything, and I only got into the actual Joburg scene, like, you know, from working in music videos in the club and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like then I started like, actually seeing like, oh, okay, you know, outside of Annandale, and I wanted that part of me to also be shown. I wanted to tell that story, and Maglera did that so well because he's from Maglera, you know. So we shared similar stories in what it takes and what it took even just to get to this point. And we spoke about that, and I said like, I didn't even know it would be the intro, but I just wanted him to give me a narration, not just a rap or anything, but like a poem about what it feels like to be where we are at right now, from dust to, you know what I mean,
to the light,
turning dust into diamonds, basically, you know. And
it's a lot of work.
Yeah, it is, you know, and
at least drugs.
And staying true to yourself also. I think that's the
He does that all the time. Just
wow. Don't throw me off even. I tried so hard to like keep my cool. I was like, no. But yeah, I think that was, and then when he laced it, I was like, this is so insane.
Yeah.
And I think it's such a beautiful intro because he almost prophesized things that ended up happening.
Nice.
You know, so yeah. And he's not wrong, you know. Kroon did ruin a lot. I think Kroon does ruin a lot of things around you. I've lost a lot of friends just becoming who I've always wanted to be. I'm not even there yet, you know. I'm getting there though, on the path. But I've lost a lot of friends and people, and you know, I know it also.
Separation.
Lost as in, yeah, I'm not the girl I once was. So, you know, you can't hang at the same. We don't have the same mindset anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not the same.
Different.
Yeah, and keeping the people around you change everything for you. You know what I mean?
True.
Like that is not a lie. Like people are like, oh, this. I'm like, dog. Like people around me change so many things for me. You know, Doop's one of my best friends, and the stories I get to hear from her, and like the things that I learn is so important for where I'm at right now.
Doop has been around for some time.
Dog, what a dawn! Like what a dawn! And there's a lot of people now that like my complete like circle of friends changed. You know, that there are people that have been with me. You know, that I still share that same like state of mind. It was like I want to be better, and we grew together, and we are doing better. So, yeah.
So
we all do, I guess. Not even an industry
man.
thing. It's a life thing, you know. It's really a life thing.
People are gonna fall off. Passions are gonna change.
Yeah, you know, things happen to people.
100%.
You know, things like bad things, good things. Like we all change, I guess.
yeah. So your squad is made up of day twos.
Some day ones, like Sauce is a day one. You know what I mean? So day ones and twos. I'm not no new friends. I'm like, hey, why? Where's the new friends?
Who's gonna get me to the next level? Where's
Let's
the new
go, baby.
friends?
Already. That's so true.
Having come up in the club scene, do you feel like now that you're catering to that market, do you consider the club circuits like as part of your market?
I think I wanna like.
I mean, I bumped it, but I'm just like, you know.
I guess he's right, you know what I mean? Like 100 days could bump in the club. There is a aspect of the music that I make that I guess could be clubby. Yeah, I think for me it's just building a really. I don't want to be the next Doja Cat. I don't want to be the next nothing. I'm the next Money Badoo. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the first
and
Money Badoo.
the first, the only, the next. Yeah. And I think for me it's all about building a fan base, a cult even, or people who just love what I do because I love that art that I make, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like I think it doesn't matter about wherever I am, because people ask me a lot like, where do you see yourself performing this type of music? Because it's different. You could be at you could literally be at any kind of festival, R&B show, a club thing, you know?
well.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and it's like that was my plan though, to literally be able to be booked anywhere and not just be a trap girl and be booked for a hip hop event, but to be booked for any kind of thing. 'Cause that's what I do. That's what I'm great at. You know what I mean? If you've seen my show, you see me go from a mic stand, sing out a song to mosh putting at the end of my show. You know what I mean? I don't see that happening, right? I like maybe internationally, yes, but not at all. And I worked, and I am still working my ass off to be that, because that's really where my passion is. Not just singing, not just rapping, but combining both of my love for those things, you know?
Yeah.
So I think like when the club thing is like, to answer your question, is I hope that like with my growth, and I know it will happen, that I just build a really dope fan base, and I just want to always be in my lane and know that wherever I'm at, those people will be there because I'm on stage, it's my music playing.
Yeah.
Whether it's the club, whether it's a festival, whether it's a house party, whether it's, like, you know, because that's how I am, you know. It used to be something I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, maybe too much energy for a house party.
Yeah, I know, definitely too much. House parties don't even happen anymore, dog. Have you ever realized when you're at a house party? Don't lie.
I mean, doesn't backyard also like
Is
count
backyard
sort
a
of
house
like a house
party?
party or is it
Backyard?
a backyard party? Is it a
Which
yard
backyard?
party?
Is it a cookout?
What-
Is it a
what-
backyard? Is
What
it,
backyard are you talking about?
The one that happens in the south.
Well, it happens different places, but like the backyard with the homie man with party time and
Yeah.
Oh, I mean they
But they turn
become
up.
an actual brand now.
Yeah.
Like they're not just a like I know I used to go to those parties in the south actually. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
They're like a actual like they're called backyard group now, you know,
Yeah,
like
backyard.
Amy Zama
Yeah.
and like
Yeah,
Solo.
Solo, yeah.
And they're insane, the most
'Cause party
insane
time is a
merchandise.
playroom now. no?
Yes, like
Party
part
Time,
time
yeah.
on his own and stuff,
Yeah.
but they did start out together. Now backyard is like crazy. They do like treble at Carfax. They have a
Tribal
studio.
is a jam.
Right, so yeah,
Tribal
and
is a jam.
imagine I've grown with brews like that. Even like it's so
Yeah.
insane. I'm actually doing a crazy show for them next week, full
Yeah.
band vibes and everything.
Full band.
I want to do full band. I don't even. Well, there's gonna be an aspect of a band. Okay, even if it's
Okay.
just the guitars, the
Okay.
piano, but definitely
Shout out to
band.
the guitarist.
What show is this?
Ooh wee.
Sorry,
What show is this? What are you preparing for?
I can't say right now, but you'll see
okay,
it
cool.
come alive in the week when I promote it. Yeah, I'm not. I can't really say right.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
But
Well,
yeah,
I mean, this is gonna come out during the week. I don't know if you want to punt it. Nah.
yeah.
just know there's a backyard show. I'm gonna be performing it on Friday.
Backyard show. It's coming
This
through.
Friday. Because we
Day
after
after
tomorrow.
We actually want to see it.
Yeah, y'all better be there. Let's see. Let's
Day after
It's
tomorrow.
pulling up. That's the vibe.
Yeah,
That's the
definitely.
vibe.
Definitely pull up. And I think I've only been lucky enough to see you perform once.
For real.
Yeah. It was without a mic stand, but a lot of energy. And great day. And I think you were with your home girl.
Rari.
It could have been Rari. Could have been, but yeah, that
Was it any given Sunday?
It could have been any
Yeah,
given
it
Sunday.
was.
Yeah.
Was it?
I
I feel
think
like
it
it was
was.
one of those.
Yeah, I think it was any given Sunday. Yeah.
No?
And
I jumped on her set because she's my DJ. But she's also
Oh, yeah,
an
yeah,
insane
yeah, that's-
DJ.
yeah, that's
she's
true,
like
yeah.
a DJ, like one of the most insane DJs in my
yeah,
opinion.
she throws it down. She
She's
goes
nuts.
Shout
The
out
female, like that's what I'm saying. Like, yo, there's some other energy, you know. I won't even make it a female thing, but like shout out to like women that are doing it really, you know. Also shout out to anybody actually just make an effort to do something. I think, you know, whether I think it's dope or not, I started realizing that like just doing something is enough, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people want to say things and then just sitting on their ass doing nothing.
I hate to ask something that's like left field. Is this outfit like a Boom Shaka inspired outfit?
A Boom Shaka inspired outfit? Can you believe that? That's crazy. I've been literally having this whole Lebo Matosa, like,
So
I don't know. I didn't think about it though when I put
Yeah,
the
it
outfit on.
looks
I
like
just
it.
was like, I want to be warm today, swaggy, you know, chilling. I'm headed to a Tebe Magugu thing also after this. I was like, I'm just going to be chilling.
That's wild.
Gang, shout out.
So,
And so, yeah, but that's crazy. Yesterday, I actually made a song at this writing camp, and I was like, damn, this is like so like Lebo Matosa inspired. And I've been going through like the fact that like before she passed, she owned most of her masters, and then she wanted to be independent, and like just that whole story. And I was like, wow, that was like an idea that like is such a big thing for me. You know what I mean? And like, she was I wish that she still had, you know, this legacy that like continued, unfortunately, but you know, damn, she's amazing. I literally look up to Lebo Matosa, like, so the fact that you're saying like the Boom Shaka thing, I'm like, damn, that's crazy.
that's wild.
That's
That's
crazy.
wild. How did you get into Boom Shaka? I mean, like, maybe it's what is it?
What?
Sort of after
Are you
your
asking
time?
me
No,
or-
not.
Oh, me?
No,
I was
You both looking at me like,
I'm like, what?
No, I just
No.
I just
Gita's
assumed-
twin was obsessed with
yeah.
Boom
That's
Shaka. Like,
even why
for
I know.
real?
That's why
like,
even like I've
my sister's wall was filled
with Lebo
Boom
Matosa
Shaka.
and Timbi.
Yeah, like
That's
filled.
crazy.
Like this is from one of their posters.
That's why.
actually.
That's why. That's why I even like went there. Yeah.
damn, I want to go see that poster. I actually I didn't realize that this was like kind of a joke actually.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Crazy.
so I was asking you, like, how did you get into Boom Shaka? I mean, like, because of like in terms of your age, you know, I mean, it could be like sort of after your time, low key. But how did you get into
Recently I've been like going back into the archives, and especially in South African music, because I feel like there's so many great things that have come out and like that we don't speak about enough, or then maybe because obviously we're going to the future, we're staying in the present moment, cool. But I was like La Capella, like closer to yo, I was like, this is nuts. And I just like, I don't know, I just go through phases in music, and right now I'm going through like a go back phase, you know what I mean?
Nice.
Like I was going through like Mzege, like, you know, Spoo. And I was talking I was telling Rari about like how that was DJ Spoo like before, and like the alter ego, and how that was one of the most craziest things even, like brand wise, like because like Instagram and like social media didn't exist, so now we see things, and like because of TikTok and stuff, like everything is so saturated. It's just like, okay, 5 seconds, 5 seconds,
so
5
instant.
seconds. But back then it was like it was like so authentic and amazing, and like I was like, I don't think I've acknowledged the fact that like these influences like are part of me, and how I am as an artist, you know, as a creative, and how important it is that like I feel like I'm about to head off to the world, and how important it is for me to make sure that part is what makes me.
Yes.
You know, because I think that's my next story that I'm about to tell with my next project. And, you know, and I think like it's just so also insane, you know, how like damn, as South Africans we're like nuts, dog.
We're rich.
Like
right?
we're rich. Like what?
We're rich in culture, man. Like it's crazy when you go back into the archives, when you reference from styles, referencing sounds.
It's a lot of untapped
There's
things.
a lot that we always sitting on a gold mine, and it's a disservice to not go back. And it's actually props for you to do that you know, revisiting what people have done, and the blueprint that they've laid out, and the lessons that you could learn from them. You know what I mean? Good or bad, you know, from their mistakes and all.
Even the business lessons, like you're talking about, like trying to get a master's, which leads us nicely into independence.
Yeah.
Is it by choice that you're an independent artist?
100%.
Why is it important to you?
Because this is something that I sat in my room and created. Money Video I created in my mind, like from scratch, you know what I mean? And I poured so much heart and soul into everything. My own money, like I said, you know, I was hustling, and it just felt like like you said, it doesn't do me justice to give over that and not give myself a chance to build and see what I can actually do. Do you know what I mean? Like to quote the Aries line, is like fully independent, so you know I'm problematic. Like that's I just never wanted to become something I'm not, because of the pressure that I would get from giving over that and having, you know. And I think, damn, I'm just also so scared. I've been doing this for alone, you know what I mean? I was my own manager. There was a point in time, even with all my friends, I was alone. I didn't have any manager at all. And I became like squads with the managers of like my peers, and like squads with them. Like till today, I know like everybody's managers, and I'm cool with them. And then I know like all my peers, you know. So I literally built this from the ground up. That's what I feel like, you know. Every idea, every outfit, and makeup. Like times I do everything. I do my own hair, my own makeup. The look is me. The song, every single thing you see. I'm a songwriter. Every single thing was me, you know. And I was going alone even to interviews, getting off how trains, running up, changing at the sports thing, going to an interview, and you know, I learned like, I don't want to do that. I won't accept this. This is not what I want. And I'm also so involved in everything, you know. I don't just get sent beats and I jump on them and then I drop a project because these have 10 dope songs. Like it doesn't work that way, you know. I'm super involved in the way it sounds, how I want it to sound, and what I'm saying, and like how it's gonna resonate with the next person, and what does it make me feel like. So it's like the minute I give over that, it's like, how can somebody own something I created?
Yeah. I won't lie. At first I thought you were signed to what's Fred and them?
Stay low.
Stay low,
Yeah, just based on the features, because you're band with Madlera and then there's Lord Cares.
Yeah, I work a lot with them also. And that's what I'm saying. Like I'm lucky enough to still have the perks of labels. Like I was in the Universal writing camp. I look at perks. Like I can go to anybody I want to work. I go to Universal and go have a session there. I can go to Stay Low. And that's just purely based off relationships.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like just being honest and wanting to be in like places and giving off myself also and saying, I want to be on features. I'll do this. I'll pull up, you know. And luckily also getting to make great friends out of that. Also, I love Maglera. I'm good friends with him. Also Cares, you know. So I'm lucky that I'm actually like building real friendships, and that the industry to me isn't just like whack people and people that wanna take from you, and you know, because that's not the only narrative also. So that's also what made it easy for me to stay independent. Cause like, damn,
that's really.
I think really has anything. Nobody has anything to offer me that I can't give to myself. So.
Message.
Yeah.
I think that's the big one, man. And I love you saying that you don't need to feel the pressure of doing something that you don't want to do, or being something that you're not, because somebody's telling you this is what's going to work, or this is what needs to happen. And I think that's something that a lot of people fall into. It's sort of like a trap, and it's big ups to you for not falling into that trap and owning everything that's yours and owning the narrative. It's super important. You know, that's mad dope.
Right, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you for seeing that.
Yeah, man. And it's also dope that you take all of this so serious, and you, like you said, like I remember I had the honor of emceeing your listening session, which was really dope. And one thing that you say is that you take the craft very serious, in a sense that you respect it enough to put the hours in to learn what the craft is. You know, like you were also just describing the process. You were working with Young Guy and Slick and them, and the song 100 Days is like testament to that. You know, just take us through your process of actually learning the music shit.
I think I had to make a lot of mistakes. That's something that I'm really honest about. Make a lot of mistakes. And then also just feeling it out and being okay with making mistakes, man. And not being too hard on myself about it.
Forgiving yourself.
Yeah, forgiving and saying, okay, let's do better. You know, I'm lucky enough to be signed to a management label. Well, just a management team. They called Republic 54, shout out. Then I have Donnie also.
Hey, shout out to Donnie.
Yeah, we hopped on together and leave Donnie behind. I was like, nah, if I'm going, we going, because Donnie was a part of me already for a year. You know, one of the brews around me that was like really like focused on like pushing this thing. You know, even if we weren't making anything out of nothing, you know, he was investing into me, his time, his effort, and so many things. So, I was lucky enough to like learn from them, the people around me. But like I said, just I guess being on my own before then, even before, like only last year this happened, like, and even with that I was like being kind of headhunted by a lot of people around me, you know. And there was word out that I already had a project, because I already had a project by then. I was shopping it around and trying to see what's going on, what are contracts looking like, who's the best bet out here. I learned all of that literally through just being on my own and like not taking no for an answer, but also not wanting to just be some shorty that people can shut down and think I'm in a corner, or ever think that and I never wanted to be like, I didn't want people to ever mistake my niceness and me being a woman for someone that's not intelligent and knows what you're doing. And I'm not just an artist, you know? And that went from being like, I have so much to lose.
Yeah.
I'm not just making art and putting it out there and then that's it. No, I'm investing in everything. I pay for the photo shoots, the clothes, the way everything looks, though. The whole thing is my intellectual property, even it's not just. So it was like, damn, there can't be any mistakes. And even when there were mistakes, it was like moving forward, no mistakes. And I learned that, you know, before I signed, I opened a company called Money Badoo, so that I'm okay tax-wise, and so that I can fall back on myself. Even as a creative, I can do things outside of Money Badoo, because I knew like, okay, I'm making a step where I want a team around me. I can still be independent and own everything, but I have help, you know what I mean? And that was also important. So I opened a business that I'm the only director on, you know, and I hope in time Money Badoo, like just the business, will turn into a label, and all of these ideas and like ambitions that I have for myself. And I learned all of that just through asking questions also. Yo, dog, I need advice on this. What is it? Why did you make that mistake? And just, man, doing research. Like, I hate not knowing. I honestly hate not knowing. Like, it gives me anxiety. So I always do a lot of research in the things and why they move this way. Why did you get a contact like that? And also working with brands changed my life, because like I realized I didn't need to fall back on. I didn't need a club job. I didn't need anything once I built my own brand. There were times I used to like like just based off like Instagram and like me doing shoots constantly. Like I knew like me building content's gonna get me seen. That's how brands that want to work with me. There are times I go to a shoot and they don't even know I make music, but they know how money they do just because I look cool.
But also,
I'm like,
I was
"What,
about to say,
dog?"
but you also have like a really cool look about
Yeah,
you.
you also just
Thank you.
got a big image.
Yeah.
Thank you. And that, you know what I mean by that is also like realizing like never mind just music, but I don't want to be like messed over even in that, in the work that I'm doing, because it is my effort. It is something that is mine. You know what I mean? Can't be recreated. It's something that I do, that I love to do. I love to put looks together. I love being somebody. This has always been me my whole life. So now I get to make money out of that. I saw that gap and I said, I'm going to take it. You know what I mean? And like I said, like now I can live comfortably. I can invest in my music because of those things. And that's why I can be independent, because to be honest, like I'm giving my source away, but you get brands to help you pay for things. You know what I mean? It doesn't even come out of your own pocket. You're like, nah,
You can recreate the sauce. You're the source of the sauce.
exactly, you know, like I'm with Puma right now and they do so much for me. You know, my listening session was time. You
Was
know what
with
I mean?
them, yeah.
I don't have to cough up anything. You know, I just, here's my deal. This is what I want to do. This is my album. Y'all backing me, cool. You know,
Yeah.
and I imagine that like the relationships we build with brands are so important. And I think as artists, we don't understand the worth of what that is. You know, and the worth of what you bring to the table. And I learned that also, you know. I learned when I didn't ask. I also built, you know. I met guys through Puma in the club with the youngster, and I was like, play the song. I told the DJ play my song, and I performed it there because I knew, like, I was like, no, the minute somebody's there and I'm meeting, I'm like, you don't know me yet, but my name is this. Then I perform
And
the
I'ma
song.
show
They're like,
you
oh,
what
is
I
that
can do.
shorty?
Yeah.
Now this is happening. Now the song's popping. I'm like, cool. And then I built. I never asked them for anything. Like only now I'm like, now they're really backing me. But it's because I built with them. I didn't ask for anything.
Yeah.
I was sitting and I put like I was getting seated and then I put like shoes in like me and Sauce's videos. Never said, yo, can you please give me shoes because I'm doing a music video. I was actually like, yo, here's images, here's cool things. And looking back, it's like I'm happy, I'm glad I did that.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't tell anybody to do that. It's like, no, but like you could put together a package and say, if y'all give me this amount of money, I can give you this amount of content, because that's an exchange, right?
Yeah.
I didn't know it at the time though, so those are mistakes that I made. But
Lessons.
lessons, right?
I don't think it's a mistake.
I don't
but
think it
it's
was a mistake at all. I say that, right?
Yeah.
But it's only because I feel like I don't want anybody else to think that
Okay.
they should be
That's the Okay,
like
100%.
don't get swindled by brands,
play
like you know
yourself.
what I mean. But if I didn't do those things, I don't think I would have had such a great relationship with the brands that I work with, because they saw how eager and that, like I said, nobody owes me anything. I didn't feel like brands owe me anything. I want to prove myself, and I'm always so ready to prove myself, you know, and prove that I'm dope and I want to collaborate with this brand. And look how dope it is when I bring your brand into what I'm doing.
Just show your worth. There's no entitlement. Like you said, brands don't owe you anything.
Don't.
Like that needs to be on a t-shirt. Brands don't owe you anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just to track back a bit, and when you're talking about some of the people that you called to ask about their mistakes, who are some of those people?
Like managers, there were times where I got to speak to Ricky about things, like my peers around me, like someone was dropping, like, how did you drop? What did you do? Oh, this went wrong? How did it go wrong? Like, I was just like super in, and like I said, because my life is, I changed my life. I left things. I said, I'm not doing music. I'm not going to work at the club. I'm doing music alone. I'm not doing any other side hustles. If I'm going to do this broke right now, I saved enough up to even make that decision, but I was like, I'm not going to do any of those things. So from that point forward, it was like everything was weighing on me. So I made sure, like, the people around me were all music related, brand related. And so I was always in that scene and in a space where I was hearing things and conversations happening around me, and I got to say, yo, like, what? And I love asking questions also. Like I said, I hate not knowing. So there's almost, I think everybody, if you're watching this right now, you know, if you've known, you know. But yeah, like people that I just look up to, even like I said, like, you know, just conversations with Ricky changed my life in a big way.
It's beautiful that you always want to know, because we live in a world and an industry where people always act like they know.
They know.
I feel you. And I know shit. I don't know shit.
Yeah.
And you never do. You learn, and then you know that little bit of what you know. And I mean, even like Costa, like, you know, before the album dropped and stuff, and I shot him out on Pistol Pop, because there was like times where I'd go to his house and he'd just give me the blueprint of everything he's learned so far. You know what I mean? And like we come together up also, you know, before Nkalakata days, and like we have music together from back in the days.
Yeah.
I don't think it's out there anymore, but that's how I saw him literally manifest every single thing that he is right now, and like those are the scenes that I was in. So I was lucky enough to literally see things like that happen before my eyes, and to be around those kind of squads, and just to be influenced by so many things around me.
This is Costa Titch.
Yeah, Costa Titch, yeah. So Costa was also somebody that really sat me down and said, yo, this is what's going on, my friend. And I just took it all in. So there's a lot of them are really important, amazing people. Even Costa's manager, like Kitso introduced me to Donnie, somebody that was just backing me up from the beginning. Even because, like I said, I was alone. I never managed anybody, but I did always have people around me that I could ask for help, and they were eager to help me. And so I'm really blessed to be in that position.
It's so dope that they also shared that information with you.
100%.
Because a lot of them withhold information.
You think so?
Yeah,
you're right.
A lot of industry folk, not them. But
not them. No, I know. Yeah, not them.
So it's a very, very dope thing.
Definitely.
It's being gate-kept a lot.
Yeah.
It is. And you also see, you don't ask questions when you know.
And you know what's funny?
This one.
Yeah, you can see the person.
You read the room, you're like, nah, you're not. Yeah, but you also ask, I asked. I said, Costa, can I come to you? Yo, let's talk. We spoke about briefly, said, yo, we should have a conversation. And I made sure that happened and made sure I did go.
Yeah.
And I sat there and I listened. You know what I mean? I didn't just think on everything, and I was like, nah.
Because you know the Joburg thing.
Yeah.
We'll talk
and I know
about
I'm
it.
not the same brand as him either. You know what I mean? I had to listen to and how he built it and what's going on right now, and now he's the peak of his career. Not the peak, but I mean
But he's up there.
He's there, right? And at the time when he was speaking, it was also like really amazing things happening. So it was like, do this. When I do it like this is what happens. He didn't even just say do this. He said, this is how I'm doing it. You know what I mean? And I was like, oh, okay, cool. This is, if I do it like this, it's going to be like this, because I know I'm not the same brand like that,
True.
And I need to be the blueprint for myself almost, because I can't be recreated, and I don't want to fill any shoes. I just want to be the best version of myself in this band. And as a business, I want to see it grow as far as it can, So, yeah, you take the things and you listen. Like, listening is very, 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 very important.
It is.
Very important.
Very, very important.
Listen.
Fuck. This is one thing on my mind. What does Badoo mean? I know what money means.
Are you sure?
You sure? You don't know what the groen means. So I'm not too sure. Not too sure. I got this. Before I started making music, I was like 17. My friends are like, you always look like money. Like, you always look like money. And then my gov name is Jade, so they were like, Jade Money. That's what my friends used to call me when I was like around 17. And then people just started to call me Money, because then the Jade thing went away. And then so that was like a street name, not a music name, like not a performing name at all. Like,
you was Money in the street.
I was like Money in the street. Yeah, so it's just definitely a street name. Yeah, that's what like people are like, yo, what's your name? Yo, who? Like, and they're like, no, give me your real name, not your performer name. I'm like, nah, like, I genuinely
call me Money.
Yeah, like that was a nickname that became a name for me. Like, it was who I was, and then obviously I brought it into music. And then Badoo, I came up with because when I was starting to do music at the time, a lot of people used to like compare me to like the Erykah Badu energy. And I'm Badoo, not Badoo, by the way. Please say the bad. I always be saying
Badoo.
Please say the bad.
Pardon me, I've been saying Badoo.
I get it. It's okay. Don't worry. But now you know, right?
I know now.
Please say the bad. I guess I had so many different names that I came up with, and Badoo stuck because I was like, what is it about me that I want? Because your name is literally the first thing that people hear, like that they know about you, right? It's like, what's the first thing I want people to know about me, or that I'm proclaiming for myself, besides just money that was given to me, And I was like, I'm bad because I'm badass, because I'm not afraid to take chances and risks, and because I'm brave for that, I'm brave for taking on this life that I want with all the challenges that it comes with, and I wanna own that, and I want to love myself for that. And so being bad is not just being about a baddie, you know what I mean? But it's more about saying I'm badass for wanting to think differently, for wanting to be different, I'm badass for wanting to just be me and having that be enough, even, and for owning who I am. And so that's what the bad is. And I do what I do, and when I do it, I'm going to do it like to the best of my capability. So I like money, I'm bad, and I do what I do. It's money Badoo.
Badoo.
So yeah, that's what Badoo meant to me,
Okay.
Yeah. Homage to Erica, Badoo, but yeah, also.
It's Badoo.
Badoo, and please say the bad.
It's please say the bad. It's
No.
Badoo.
Now with your project, like with Pornstar, right? Like you mentioned that how the title came about, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you also said it's 2 years in the making, right? Like now just take us through that 2 years, how you choosing the collaborators, how you choosing the beats and everything, you know, because it is a very precise type of project, you know, and it's also tight. But I'm sure at those 2 years, like I'm sure there was a lot of trial and error as well.
Mm-hmm.
So how was that, you know, cutting songs, what's landing on the cutting floor and everything?
Ish. Damn, there were so many projects before those projects, guys. Damn. I learned how to be resilient and patient because I was like ready to drop a Pornstar EP even. I was like, maybe I'm not ready for an album. Maybe it's just a mixtape. I swear the week before the album dropped, I was still calling it a mixtape in my mind. Oh. And the people around me were like, it's an album. Don't you dare. Like, don't you dare. And they were like, this is amazing work. If you don't believe in it, if you don't say it with your chest, who else is going to believe in it? Oh,
Shout out to them.
Shout out to you, Glody. But he's also one of the producers and engineers that mixed and mastered the project. They're insane. Playground Productions.
Well done.
They're nuts.
Well done.
Well done.
So yeah, it was. To be honest, I never make music with the intention of this is going to be an album and this is going to be. I just like purely just make music. I go into a space. It's like painting for me, you know. I go into a space where I just want to make something. I just want to make beautiful, sonic life. I want to breathe life. I want to talk about my life. I want to just go away with the world does not exist when I'm in the studio, you know. It's just me and music and that's it. And so even with the collaborations, it was just me. I did like Rice Krispies for Kids and that's how we started becoming close. And we have so much songs together. I'm like, Jesus, we could drop an EP like today. And G to G was just one of the songs that really stuck out for me and felt like super important. And so and then also like with Ricky, 47 Ks was the first song that we made together when we started like chilling and like we met in through the industry. And then I met obviously his team, which is Playground Productions, and that's how I met Gone Girl. And so I literally, how life would have it, I met people who actually stuck to me and and have amazing energies and think the same way I do. And like I'm sure that's the way you guys feel about each other, you know? Like when you guys met, it wasn't like, oh, we're gonna, I mean, yeah, but like, here you are today on a green couch, my friend. And so, yeah, and then with my team, we obviously went through different track lists, like so many. Jesus, I can't even tell you how many the track lists there were. And this one here just felt like the right one. 100 Days is the only song I made this year.
That's the joint with
Younger.
And
Yeah.
Slick,
Yeah, so me and Slick were also like with Slick. I did something with Nadia and then that's how I met Slick and we just became like close friends. And so I just went to go make in Jayam. And so I just go and go make music. Like, yo, let's have a session. I feel like making music. I make music a lot also. I make sure to like, it's something that I'm doing often. So just make music and then decided, okay, I really like this. This feels like this part of the story. Obviously like Cream was like intentional though. Like, you know, I didn't know where I'm going to put it, but it was intentional idea for the project. And then when 100 Days got on, it felt like Pistol Pop was one of the only like two songs, and there wasn't a song where I'm really rapping and wilding out. And then I had it in the back of my mind, and then I made 100 Days randomly, and I was like, yo, I actually think this is it. I want this on my album. And then I sent it to Young because we were speaking about collaborating. A week later, I got his verse, and then it's on the album. So I think if I wasn't patient and resilient, that song wouldn't even have been. I would have dropped a whack ass. Not whack, but wouldn't have been what Pornstar is today. You know what I mean? So like the lesson that I've learned, even with this, like with how many times I was so frustrated because it was like I feel like a lot of people, like even in my Slick on Life, like the Backhead session, he was like, you know, I just thought she was a cool shorty. Like I didn't really like think about like I didn't think music was that serious for you. And I'm like doing billions of features. I have like the piano song with Dua. But I have so many different genre songs out there. I'm like, oh, but like damn. And so like I knew that perception of me was out there, and I knew that like this project is gonna like my first, hey world, this is who I am, and this is my story. And so I knew how important that had to be, but also became so frustrating living under that perception with something here in the back, like you know, like you have to be somebody that other people think you are, and you know, like I'm better, like I actually am. I actually do this seriously, and now the perception has changed. I feel, you know, I get a lot more respect right now, even from my own peers in music that are upcoming with me. Like, yo, money, and I'm like, we can go.
That project is something serious.
Thank you, thank you.
Something serious. Yeah. And it's sorry to cut you off in terms of what you're saying, also, but I think that might be so daunting because the thing that's supposedly overshadowing your music is also something that you do love, you know.
Definitely.
You know, so how do you juggle that, you know, because you still don't want to downplay that you're this cool chick, you know what I mean? You're cool, you're stylish, you know, your vibe is amazing, and you don't want to turn that down, but also you still want to turn this music up, so that's what you're also known for. Like, yo, I'm serious about this, even though I'm serious about that too. So how do you reconcile that? What's the balancing act there?
Making sure the music is damn good so nobody can say anything. And that's why I took the, like, I'm 2.5 almost. It dropped now in May, so like half of this year.
Yeah.
Like since 2020, I've been working on all of the music, and I made so many projects that like that music will like, that music's just there in a catalog sitting, but I like it helping like work on my craft also. And in that time it was like, also just suck it up, you know, like I had to just suck it up. I had to be like, at least I'm cool. At least even if they're not taking my music seriously, when I drop, it's gonna be serious, and it's gonna be a serious thing. And I'm put my heart and soul into what I'm doing, and those who love it will love it because of how much I love it, you know. And I guess it's also like, yeah, like not letting like the world's perception of you like overshadow who you think you are. I think that's really important. I had to like always remember like I am me, and that's what I'm focusing on. And the time that I have here, I'm gonna do what I want to do my way, and do it because I love to do it. And I'm so lucky to even like just be in a position that I get to like make money and have a career of something that I love to do. And I never forget that. I get reminded of it every day that not everybody is lucky enough to do that. Not everybody's lucky enough to go after their passion and it become a career that will be long lasting, you know. So that's super important for me. So it's almost like I don't ever want to be selfish or feel like I feel almost ungrateful to be like, oh, do I balance music and fashion? It's like, what? I get to do this, yo. Like I get to do both. I get to do things that I love. Like what? I'm blessed. Like I get to like be independent, like as an independent woman, not just like independent musically. I'm a 25-year-old independent, you know, like a breadwinner. like to be able to just say that and do that right now, and it's like I feel like, damn, I'm lucky, and I just thank God, like just for the opportunity, like just to be me, and that I'm here and on this path. So I guess like with that mindset, always like me reminding myself about that, it's like all of those other things are really just so unimportant, you know. It's like the music just has to be super dope, and every single time it comes to the partlers and who I am, it's gonna be amazing because I love to do it, and I'm grateful that I get to do it. So every time I do it, I'm gonna do it the best way that I think I can do it, you know. So that's how I balance it, you know. But I also like try and like remind myself that I don't have to be Spider-Man all the time, you know. I could be Peter Parker. You know, that's also really important. Like, I'm not just Spider-Man. I'm not going to perform for the world. I'm also just another human being like everybody else.
And you mentioned being a breadwinner, and I can imagine in an industry like music, which can sometimes not be consistent, is that not heavy? How is that going for you?
Yeah, it is, because, damn, so many things cost money. In life, everything costs money, you know. But I think it's just important to be like really savvy about your money and how you're spending it, and what you're spending it on. And for me, I think having, obviously not the pressure, but I guess the pressures of adulting. I hate that word, but always like reminds me of how hard I still have to go. So and it's tough in like a country like ours also, and with like not being somebody that makes a salary even, you know, somebody that relies on brand work and
Yeah.
You know, I feel like music's my crypto. I might not be making money out of it right now, like
just goes up and down,
you know, but it will eventually. I'll be, you know, it's like Bitcoin. That's what I mean by my crypto. It's something that I'm investing right now. I'm putting money into, but it will eventually. I'll be able to, like, my retirement plan is that my music will suffice. You know, that I won't have to ever lift a finger. Hence being independent. Imagine. Other Bruce must be making money off my shit that I did, and then in time it's like I gave that crypto away, I gave my Bitcoin away, because it's not right now, maybe, you know what I mean, but in due time, you know. And I guess it is, because I, as much as I am like Money Badoo, the brand, and like, you know, there's fashion, there's a lot of things that I do. I'm also lucky, like, to be smart. I think that I don't just like box myself in as an artist, but I also am a songwriter. I do write songs for other people, and I want to get into that, you know. I want to get into like
those royalties were going to be coming.
Yeah, and that's what I want, but I also want to get into like production, you know. I'm learning how to produce right now. I feel there's a lot of gaps that I want to fill, that I feel that I'm really eager to. So I'm getting into production. I can't wait to drop merch and like own my actual clothing label of my own, but I also style music videos for other people. It's things that I do just as Jade the creative, that I'm making, that I get to make money out of it, not just sitting my ass and waiting for music to pay me, or even just brands and stuff. It's like capitalizing off my ideas, and the fact that I'm not just like fashionably for myself, but I have these ideas that, and I see things that other people may not see the way I do it.
Beautiful.
I can, like, you know, my intellectual property is literally my job in my career. So I use that to like literally get me to places and do things. I don't want to get into like doing music for like gaming. That's how I'm going into production, because I feel like I have ideas for things like movie scoring and stuff that I didn't go study for, so I have to work my ass off to get those to even like, you know. And so yeah, I just think like, don't be like, I never want to be like comfortable, you know what I mean, and like, I'm dope, so that's good enough. It's like, nah, I wanna make money out of things that where I'm sleeping, money's being made for me. I don't just have to go to a show and go to clubs and pull and do all those things. But those things are also important, you know, and I do those things. I try and make money however I can. My name is Money Badoo, not Broke Badoo, so I make sure. You know? But it's not like an easy thing, you know. It's like I said, it's about being smart and really like telling people and asking people, you know. Like when I started styling, I was doing it for free, even like, can I style this music?
Yeah.
Give me a chance and I'll prove myself.
Yeah.
And then like doing one thing led to another thing, and I'm like, damn, I actually style music videos.
Here's my rate card,
This is,
dude.
here's the wake up, baby. And like even songwriting, I can't wait to write so many more songs and just be a part of everybody else's journeys, like artistically, which I feel like is so important for me. You know, not just being a superstar, but contributing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Money Badoo.
That's a lot, yo.
That's a lot, man.
Yeah, super sold. And if you're not sold, get that Pornstar on all DSPs.
Oh yes.
All these
lit.
pieces out now.
Oh
It's
yes.
mixed beautifully on Atmos. What Dolby Atmos. Come on.
I was surprised at that.
For
I
real?
enjoy it. I love it because remember I used to say like I want South African Dolby Atmos mixed. Yeah. Very few people do it.
I feel you. Playground Productions,
Sounds
baby.
great in the car.
For real.
It sounds great in the car.
Damn.
Yeah.
Sounds great on my speaker.
Yeah, you got that. Okay, yeah.
Oh,
you got that thing.
I got that thing.
Yeah, you got that thing. You know what I'm saying? So,
And
yeah,
that was
I
also such a
also
cool
happy,
thing, you know, that we're moving even like from, what are we moving from? Stereo to Dolby Atmos
to Dolby
now.
Atmos.
Yeah, that's what, because I feel like the music that I made for Pornstar is super cinematic.
Yeah.
So having a Dolby Atmos is something we had to make
it's
sure.
also great in the AirPods, the Pros though.
Oh,
The Pros though. Yeah. I can't.
I'm glad y'all be listening, okay? Run up those streams for me. Do that thing.
Hey?
Is it the big joints?
No. It's the Pros, the AirPods. Yeah. Because like when you turn around, she's still in the same position. It's crazy. You must listen to a Dolby Atmos joint on your AirPod Pros. It's crazy. It's wild.
That's crazy. What do you
It's
mean when you turn
wild.
around? Just
It's wild.
wild.
It's wild. There's space. It's spatially nice.
it's wild, man.
If you understand, you understand.
Nah, for real.
You know?
I'm so glad. Can I ask what's your favorite song?
My favorite song, Gone Girl. Is Gone Girl with the one with the guitar solo at the end?
Yes.
Yeah. Gone Girl. That's my favorite. Bars wise and flow wise, I love 100 bars.
100 days. 100 bars though too, but like
Cannabis. Oh my God.
100 bars.
100 bars.
100 bars and running.
Oh, wow. That's my age. Cannabis.
You're showing your age now.
Revealing himself.
But, yeah, 100 days, and again showing my age. The flows, I don't know why, but it reminded me of Bone Thugs somehow. It was like a
For
sudden.
real?
It did, and I remember at the listening session you did mention Bone, and I was like, man, like this is like when Busy Bone sometimes gets aggro.
Yeah.
He sort of has that flow when he tightens his voice. But I really
He did on that song Money.
You ain't ready.
You see? That's a
he
very
did
big
that.
influence. Yeah,
But
Bone
yeah,
Thugs and Harmony
Yeah.
grew up on that sound.
Oh, really?
And it shows, I think.
Did you want to meet at the crossroads as well?
Oh wow! Why would you say something so dark, bro?
Dog, like,
Oh my gosh!
I thought it was just me. I was like, yo.
We
like
just
that,
talk about money.
Yeah.
Yo, we want a money.
Yeah, money. Gotta get the dollar. Gotta give a grind down.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, people,
Yeah, damn.
people. Yeah.
I wish sometimes that I was like, maybe in another life, like my past life I was, but I kind of wish that I got to like do music and do what I'm doing like back then. Like the same.
Why is that?
Because I feel like there's like a different like there's such a different like worth, or like there's such a different like level to the authenticity about music
man.
from back then. Which it's a double-edged sword because of
Yeah.
social media, right? Yes, I'm so grateful that because of social media I even have like a job, you know what I mean? Like, so I love it, but also like, damn, I feel like you just can't go back to the times where it would play on your TV and
then
it
it's
did like
you-
in the
when you
stereo.
run,
You know, you
don't wanna
ran.
miss- you don't wanna
to the
miss that
TV to go
moment.
see it.
Right, so
You're
I guess
taping
things
it,
are
all
so
of
much
that,
cooler,
man.
but damn.
Yeah, but you're also in a time where you get to be a brand.
Yeah.
Like back then, there was a lot of things that were controlled
True.
by like you had to be part of a machine back then. You know what I'm saying?
Ish, that's so true.
You know, now you get to be like
Independent
you
even.
get to be you.
Yeah.
You're your own
You
boss.
are the
like,
company,
For real,
yeah.
for real.
100%.
You know?
Yeah.
Damn, that's true. That's what I said.
Yeah.
Like, it's a double-edged sword. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
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 Definitely was a lot of breathing room then. But like, I mean,
Yeah, you
Breathing
think
room
about
and
like
appreciation.
different, like the
Yeah.
appreciation thing is
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
People
Because
sat with
nowadays,
music
like
for longer, yeah.
you stream something and then okay, I heard it. It's done. Back then,
On
you
to
used
the
to
next thing.
live with the album for
Yeah.
like a year or two.
yeah, and like the touching of the product.
physical
Having it
product.
there was so
Yeah.
different, you
Reading
know?
credits. I mean, there were times where you just go to a music store just to read track lists.
Oh,
That's
bro.
so crazy.
CD
Or like
warehouse.
Musica,
Thinking
do you
about
remember
it,
you
yeah.
like stand there like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah,
come
CD warehouse, I
on.
used to do that, yo.
And that's what I'm saying, like music was more appreciated because of that, I think.
Yeah.
Like,
The
definitely.
music was more appreciated, but now the person is more appreciated,
Definitely.
if that makes sense.
No, it definitely does. And you're right.
Yeah.
I don't know if the person's more appreciated. We don't have a Michael Jackson in this era, but I mean, we can debate it.
But I mean, Michael Jackson, damn, we got Brent Fayez, we got Don Toliver, we got an amazing list.
Badoo.
Badoo. Michael Jackson.
I know that no one will ever be Michael Jackson
Michael
though.
Jackson was a
I still say though,
celebrity, dog. People
Yeah.
saw Michael Jackson and fainted.
You just faint. You just like,
Yeah, no, that was nuts. Eh?
Yeah, but that's okay. Maybe let me say when I say appreciate, nah,
But Michael wasn't appreciated like that either.
that's
Do you know what I mean?
Michael was appreciated.
I feel like because of like
I
this.
actually think it's not appreciated. It was like the next level of appreciation.
he was idolized.
Yeah,
He
Like,
was idolized, but like idolized doesn't come with. I don't feel like that's appreciation.
Yes, I agree
also,
with you.
don't you think?
I agree with you. It's you become a commodity.
I hear you though. There is a level of appreciation that does make you an idol because people have to like
but it's the
appreciate the
next.
work
That's why I
that
say
you're doing.
it's the next level.
I hear you. Okay, I hear that. I hear that. I hear that. I hear that completely.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, like I said, it's
Yeah.
debatable. I mean,
Yeah,
there
it
are
is.
way more appreciated people, but the level of appreciation back then, I think, was higher.
But what do you think it is then? Because I feel like Beyonce is pretty close.
You see,
Conversation
You see, I
for-
think. No. Let's have this conversation.
We're not going to finish this conversation.
It's gonna
bro.
be
Yeah, it's gonna just be
It's gonna be a
circles.
love
And it's going to be about
Circles,
other things.
circles,
Yeah.
And right
circles.
now it's Pornstar, Badoo.
Pornstar all the
Oh,
way.
yes,
You know what I mean? If you're a
period.
pervert, Go make a compilation to the friggin' album. I
If
don't
you're
know.
a
Do your
pervert.
thing.
No, please don't. Don't do what this guy's saying at all. If you're a pervert, don't even listen to my music. It has nothing to do with that.
Actually, don't. Yeah, if you're
Leave us alone.
rehabilitate. Actually, you know.
Cut this
get
out.
your life
Edit this
right.
out. Edit this out.
Actually, you're right. Lwazi, do your thing.
Thank you, Money Badoo. Thank you for
Thanks,
joining
Money
us.
Badoo.
Thank you so much for having me,
Thank you for the
guys.
gems.
Pornstar, everywhere. Download it. Run up the streams.
Do that.
Yo, spread the
Who
word.
did the cover?
It was shot by Michal Ganja Beats. He shoots everybody. He's insane. He's like one of the most insane shooters out there. And then Scumboy, shout out to Scumboy. He did the illustration of the Pornstar and the thing in the eyes. So it's a collaborative effort. I styled it, and then obviously I had my team at the photo shoot that day helping me out. And so yeah, myself, Michelle, and Scumboy.
Amazing.
Nice.
Like, y'all love the cover?
Yeah.
So
super
cute.
fire.
I'm obsessed with roses also. It's a really big part of my brand. I have roses in my hair and all my friends cover. I have roses.
I haven't noticed.
For Current Face, I did like this mic of roses that I sing into
Yeah.
sometimes. Yeah,
Oh.
roses. Yeah.
Do you like Five Roses tea?
Rose.
I do. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I do. I really do. I love Five Roses. Anything that has roses, I love it.
Roses.
Rose, yo,
that joint.
exactly.
It's amazing. Happy that you could come here and we could give you your roses.
Oh,
Yeah, man.
He's on the ball. He's on
that
the
was
ball.
super nice.
He's on the money.
With
On
that
the
said,
He's on the money. He's on the croon.
He's on the
On the
croon. Well, thank you to the Rose Amongst the Thorns.
Oh, thank
Shout
you.
out to
guys.
Money.
moms.
Yay.